I'm Senator Jack Martins, representing the 7th Senate District in New York State. I want to take the opportunity to thank the Luso-American Foundation for allowing me to provide some commentary on the midterm 2014 elections. In the first place, I am on the ballot on November 4th. As I said, I'm a state senator representing the 7th Senate District in New York State, a state where there are 2-to-1 Democrats over Republicans, and I represent a district that is majority Democrat. Yet I am a Republican. And so I'll talk first about where we are in this election. I've been elected for 2 terms. I'm seeking my 3rd term, and by every measure, I think we're in a position to win this 3rd term, as well as, like everyone else, we continue to work right through Election Day. But it's a testament to the type of district that I represent, and frankly to the larger scheme that people want elected officials who are willing to work across the aisle, get things done, get beyond the partisan gridlock that seems to have been the norm these past 6 years, perhaps even longer than that. So I am hopeful for my re-election. I do expect that, again, that we'll be there. But on a national scale, if we talk about where we think the country is going to be, I fully expect that we will see a push with more Republicans getting elected this year. I do expect that the Republican Party will get a majority, an outright majority, in the U.S. Senate. And I do expect that they're going to pick up a few extra seats in the House of Representatives. The reason is, frankly, if you look at historically where we are as a country, in the 2nd term, midterm election of a president that whose popularity perhaps isn't what it once was, you're going to see that the country tends to move in the opposite direction. And for so many people, this country has gone to the left on many issues, domestic and foreign, that you're going to see a natural reaction from people moving further to the center, perhaps even center-right. They're looking for an alternative, they'll be voting Republican. You can look at this historically, whether you go back and look at the gains made by the Democrat Party in 2006. You can go back even further and look at the gains by the Republican Party in the midterm elections of President Clinton's 2nd term. It's an historic fact. We will move back and forth because the country is squarely in the center, I would say center-right, and this is just an adjustment recognizing that reality. Again, you look at all of the things that have happened over the last 20, 30 years as far as where we are as a country. You look at the great achievements, great presidents, Ronald Reagan, working to achieve legislative successes by working hand in hand across the aisle with Speaker Tip O'Neill. You look at another president, Bill Clinton, again achieving great things, working hand in hand with Newt Gingrich, working across the aisle, getting things done, and understanding that politics in this country is not about one party dictating everything. It's about working across the aisle. It's about understanding that there are different perspectives and respecting those different perspectives. And in that vein, I think there'll be an adjustment during these midterm elections towards a Republican majority, and I'm hopeful that that the President will work with a Republican majority in the Senate and a Republican majority in the House of Representatives to achieve real change during the last 2 years. I mean, that's his legacy. I'm hoping that he achieves that legacy. I'm hoping that we have real, comprehensive immigration reform during these last 2 years. I'm hoping that we'll be able to reach consensus on restructuring the country's debt and resetting our priorities financially. But that remains to be seen. My prediction, as I look at this election, is that the Republicans will pick up the necessary seats to take a majority in the Senate. I won't predict how many, and certainly will also pick up a few seats in the House of Representatives. My prediction in New York State is that the Assembly will continue to be majority Democrat. I predict, given every measure that I've seen, that Governor Cuomo will be reelected, and I also predict that the Republicans will continue to hold the majority in the New York State Senate. Again, I want to thank the Luso-American Foundation for the opportunity, and looking forward to continuing to work with the great organization.